yo. It's me. It's Steve with the capital T. Always have been, always will be the one and only milkman. And I'm in the building.
I'm just free.
Yo, I was just saying
What
that
happened?
everything was rolling so smoothly before we started, but then I
Oh.
was trying to do a little too much, I think, with my operating systems over here, and and things started malfunctioning. But I think I've managed to rein things back in. I was just trying to make sure that folks could get on in here and see us, because it wouldn't be no fun if we didn't have folks hopping in and joining the conversation with us. Because of course I am the milkman, and she is, as she describes, just Bree. But this is the after show. We're talking world's toughest test, special forces, and this is season 3. Are you ready? Were you ready? I'm ready.
I Let me tell you, this was so excited for this season. I am
Let's go.
excited because I don't know which one. We've already did all of um we did the episode where we talked about all of the people on the season.
We reacted
But
to the
for a
cast, yeah.
reminder, we have two NFL players, and I know one of them is gonna crash out, and I just can't wait for it. One of them. I know it's coming.
Oh no! Why would you? First of all, why would you wish that juju on them, Ricky Bobby? Don't do that.
Oh, I
Don't
ain't
do
wishing it.
that.
It's coming. It's coming. I can see it in them, and I just want to see which one crashes out first.
No, it ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be Des Bryant style though. It ain't gonna be Des Bryant style, for the simple
Oh, I
fact
think
that
it's gonna be
Golden.
worse than Des Bryant style.
No, I think you tripping. I think you tripping. I mean, I do know that Cam wears big hats. Okay, I know that much. Oh, I also know that Golden is Showtime. You know what I mean? I know that much. But what I notice is two people who are still trying to be respectful and live within the boundaries, even though they keep getting caught with the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't help when they was talking about them being some clowns. They cut to them being some clowns. But
They gonna crash out.
no, ain't nothing wrong with being no. I ain't even going for that, because there ain't nothing wrong with being an entertainer. Just going to call me
No,
Milky
they
the
gonna crash
Entertainer,
out.
baby. Milkman the Entertainer in the building. So I'm just a bigger clown as them. So I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna
Now
crash out.
I mean, I relate with Cam. I mean, the wanting to I mean, after you did something that great, you know what I mean? What is we talking about here? You don't want to have a little primal release?
Yeah, no, that I can understand, but I feel like I mean, what was that afterwards? Where he went up to Golden Tate afterward, like talking about
I
somebody was
mean,
trying to shake his hand.
no. Well, first of all, I missed it. I missed it. So I assumed that he just punched him, gave him a quick jab to the nuts. I figured that's what happened. But I mean, me and my brothers play like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Yeah,
If we grown men, and we'll still catch each other slipping and just, hey,
because y'all
remember?
playing like that's what they said, the maturity level. Because y'all some
Yeah,
big kids,
right. So what you
and that wasn't the time or place. He gonna crash out. It's just which one gonna crash out first.
I hate that you think that for them. I hope they don't. I hope that they muster what it requires. I mean, especially
Mm-mm.
to see them both be so supportive. Because look at you coming in so negative. We ain't talked about nobody but them so far. So let's talk about that. That's number one. And number two, you ain't said nothing about how they helping folks in and out the truck. Golden over here trying to make
Oh,
lists.
baby, hey, I feel like I feel like Cam is about to try to get Kayla into his harem of women. He's being very, very nice,
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
very
This is what
nice
we
to
talking
her.
about.
But like, but I'm not saying nothing about their actual personalities. They have been
Okay.
gentlemen so thus
They
far,
have been.
but they're gonna crash out.
Wait a minute, and Golden Tate shares a trait that you admire dearly, which is being a list writer.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, where's
Um, I would
camaraderie?
just take that to me. Well, no, because well, even though he did mess with her, which they claim that was all a rumor and not true. But if he
Hmm.
did mess with her and caused Russell Wilson's divorce, Russell Wilson really upgraded, so he should thank him anyway.
Oh,
But
I forgot. My bad. See, I forgot. I forgot that you had deeply rooted issues outside of this show with Golden Tate. Because I
and
don't
he's
even be
also
remembering.
balding very badly. Like he's got that, and then it's going here at this point.
Drop a
And I don't
comment.
know why
Are you hearing jealous
when they get to
vibes,
this stage,
bitter vibes? What's
they
happening
don't
right
let
now,
it
folks?
go
Drop a
because
comment.
you know men look is in right now, but he needs to go Matt Forte style and just
Wait.
go ahead and
What
let it
look at
go.
what look is in?
The bald man is
The Michael Jordan is back.
yeah.
I don't think it's ever
Except
went
for the
nowhere.
beard,
If that's what you got to do,
yeah,
that's what you got to do.
right. And you especially you pair it with the beard, like that's
Mm.
really some people's types.
It could
So
work. It could work.
um I just feel like once it starts spinning and stuff right there, just let it go. Like women tip tall men. I, as a
Mm.
woman, would prefer you just let it go rather than try to like keep wearing the thinning,
Hey, he
like
got
just
money.
let it go.
He got money now. Come on, he could get whatever he won't put up there. Okay.
Let's
Hey, they might have to pull out.
sorry.
They gonna have to pull out the reacher stick to get the human hair wig at the stove. Okay, because he can do whatever he he
And
can do
like
whatever he wants to. Okay.
I mean, I'm not a girl that wears fake eyelashes and wigs and all of that. No, not knocking those who do. Lord knows
Okay.
I need this because I have a hole in my eyelashes here, but I'm just scared to
Mm.
put the glue by my eye.
You the only one who
My
see it.
vision is bad enough in this eye without me like doing nothing else to it. So,
I can't afford to
but
accidentally put glue in my eye.
oh, you see the videos of the men getting like the wig, the fake. I swear to God, if I ever go out on a date with a man, he got a fake hair like that, like
What you mean?
date
Come on
over,
now.
blocked. Do not ever call me again. Like,
women,
but anywho,
women have invented anything that could be fake is fake, and you telling me that if a man had a piece of hair suction cup to his scalp, and it happened to do a
I
little flat,
don't want
it
it.
happened
I don't
it
want
happened
it
to wave at him.
because I'm coming at you real, right? I don't like I said, I don't have those things, so
You are as
I need you to
authentic as
come
they
at me
come. This
real.
is true.
Like,
Okay. He said, out the gate, we're going to just have to establish that. Look, okay, nothing fake over here. I expect nothing to
right.
be fake over there. Okay, praise God.
Yeah.
We
Let me
all
know from the jump.
we all gonna be Homo sapien out in this motherfucker. What we came with in this
Okay.
bitch.
Um.
where you where you
So
where you want to
let's see.
start since you done wore out two of the best
Okay.
players of the
So
game?
let's start with Stephen Baldwin. Um. I was so happy to see him go, just for the only fact that I was tired of seeing his mouth hanging open. Every time they cut the camera
Bruh.
to him, his face was like this.
That's his exhausted, I'm hurt look. That must be the face he makes on camera. Whenever they say be distraught, that's the face he makes.
Like, it was just he looked dumb, his
Oh,
mouth open, and is like one of those close your mouth for some fly in there type of like.
bruh. And look, all
And
I'm going to
then
see,
when
I
he
was
went
going to
in
make some
there
bad
and
jokes, but go ahead.
talked to the doctor, talking about some, if you had a blah blah blah, the doctor like, what did you call me for?
What they got to do with me and the
He
price of tea
was
in
so
China?
pissed
Okay, that
off.
ain't.
I was in the tent chilling with him, like in the middle of
I
the movie. I was
I'll
in the
pass
middle
this
of some
information
shit.
along. Right. Stephen Baldwin thought he was going to
Why are
come a
you bothering
big
me?
time. He thought he was going to come big time. Them folks. And then he came.
Oh well,
He came.
you should
He,
definitely quit because you don't want to get hurt. Like, is that what he was expecting
oh
the
yes,
doctor to do?
yeah, yeah. No, he wanted what Allie got. That's see, everybody got a little different dose of it, right? You know, Baldwin, he came up. Oh, I can't breathe. I just need to take a breath. Nah, you either in or you out. Oh well, I guess I'm out. And then, no, that was the chick. What's her name? What's her name?
Denise.
Denise Richards.
Denise.
Right, Denise Richards. But then who came right behind her?
Allie.
No, was it Allie?
Yeah.
Did Steven? No,
With the
Steven left.
fingers.
Yeah, but Steven left
Stevie
at the
left
same.
first.
Right, he left the same
Stevie
time
left first.
at the water.
No, he left before the water.
Oh, right, when they made him do the extra drills. I thought that was hilarious. It almost seemed like, oh, he ready to go? Well, let's see if we could break him. Hey, and did they break him?
Yep.
They broke him.
Oh
He
yeah, he was out of there.
Yeah. Go on and give us that band. Go on and give us that band.
Yeah, he was
Denise,
out of there.
They told Denise she was gonna have to quit, right? So they took his band.
Mm-hmm.
They made Denise pull hers off, and then they took Allie's for her finger.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Steven wanted the Allie exit, and I couldn't tell if Allie really wanted to stay or not, but she did put on a good show at the end.
Yeah, I think she wanted to stay. I don't think she, accomplished what she had said and finding out about herself.
You know what I think is true? I think that she could be disappointed and could want to stay, but I also think she could be relieved that she's not staying. And I think there was a part of her that was relieved that she was getting the hell up out of there.
Now, I don't think she was going to, but I don't think she had found out, like, discovered the thing that she was meaning to discover about herself yet. Like, I don't think
that
she
may
was
very
ready
well
to
be
leave
true.
yet.
That may very well be true. She ain't gonna find out now, though.
Surprising me so far.
Talk to me. Tell me about it.
Is Christy Romano. Like,
okay. Do tell.
I mean, they haven't focused on her yet a lot, but she's been just completing for the most things she's been doing it. And
let me just get a little peek of what she looked like so I can remind myself. Okay, where's Christy? Oh, she's at the top. Oh, I see Christy. Yeah. Yes, I recognize her face now. Yes, I do. All right. Okay. Now let's talk about Christy.
But I'm surprised with how well she's doing. For a Disney girl, I wasn't expecting her to be. I was basically expecting her to be performing the same way Kyla is.
Now, yeah, Kyla, I about to say she's a motivator and encourager, but she ain't, I don't know if she's gonna finish too many at a time.
I did love though is that when Kayla was in talking with the DS,
yeah,
they were talking about like, oh yeah, that's Travis Kelce's ex, and then they started talking about how great. Kyla was like, "What we got to do right now? All right, like that's what we'll say."
Okay, he good, but that's what we gonna leave. Right.
That's what I love that in her. Like, way to be a girl's girl.
For sure. I mean, I'm seeing something that I don't know I've seen in the first 2 seasons, which is the camaraderie. We're getting more time in episodes, so we're getting more behind the scenes looks. I don't know if this type of stuff didn't happen in the previous seasons or because we didn't get as much of an episode that we didn't get to see it. But we got to see a lot of the agonizing and, all that behind the scenes, them really dreading it, getting really to see more of a peek and the insight. And in the first episode, for sure, I was like really surprised.
Yeah. I think I would imagine that unless it was like their personality didn't vibe with you, you know what I
Mm,
mean? I would assume that you form a closeness like no other, just going through such mentally, physically challenging things together like that.
yeah,
It's like, trauma bonding.
right.
I like seen a thing the other day that was saying like siblings that fight with each other feel
Okay.
safe with their parents because they feel safe enough with their parents to fight with each other. But siblings who don't feel safe with their parents, they don't fight because they're trauma bonded. Like they, only have each other. And so I can imagine in this
Oh,
scenario that these people are trauma bonded. Like,
yeah. I mean, now
because
that's true. I imagine that that's true. But in the past seasons, we definitely have
yes,
seen conflict. We have seen personality clashes. I mean, maybe we'll see some of those things this season. But right now, it seems to be kumbaya. We got to get through this together. Make
yeah.
sure you got your water bottle full. Where's your stuff? You know.
Hmm. So maybe it's too soon. They haven't got reached that point of exhaustion where the
Mm-hmm.
personality clashes. But right now, I think we are seeing definitely trauma bonding.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I will also say that my children feel very safe with me.
Um, let's break down some of the competitions. I'm just interested in which one you think you would have done well in. Let's start with the helicopter jump.
I would not have done well with that. I talk about this all the time. It's why I haven't tried to lose weight and become a stripper, be, being a stripper,
Lord have
because I
mercy.
feel like that's where the money is. But
Lord, Lord, Lord.
I lack the upper body strength. So, like, getting my, stuff that involves upper body strength, I'm not going to do good at. I'm just not going to do good at. Um, the first one, I mean, the second one where they, you know, went off the thing.
Oh, you'd have done that. You'd have
Uh,
jumped. You'd have jumped.
I would
That's
have
called
done that, but
bungee
I
jumping. Yep.
probably, I probably would have gotten a fail like Kyla because I tell you to yell, oh shit, that's not allowed.
Bruh, what you mean? That's well, I mean, they did get specific
I mean,
directions.
it's just to do it silently, but I feel like that oh shit would have just slipped out of my mouth.
I mean,
Like, oh
I feel like more than just slipped. You seen the way some of them jerked when they hit like boom. I said, oh, took like it jerked the soul out their body.
like oh shit. Like,
I might have shit. I may have shit just right now. I might have just shit. I have no idea. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. Uh, I see y'all tapped
back
in
and
though.
forth
Drop
in
a
the
comment.
water. The
Drop.
rocking back and forth in the water. I could have done that.
Yeah.
The treading in the middle of the water for 15 minutes. I probably could have did that
Use a swimmer.
without
Yeah.
panicking.
You like water. We've established that's your
Yeah,
happy place.
but that pulling up on the helicopter. Which of those do you feel like you might have tried
Before
to
we get to
assist?
that, I just want to say what up to all the people tapped in right now. Make sure y'all drop a comment, like and share this thing up, tag a friend to tag a friend, get your mom, uncle, cousin, Terry in the building. You're one of the problem of all this goodness we got going on here tonight, talking about the special forces. In terms of the competitions, I think we're in the same boat for different reasons. I mean, I have some upper body strength. I just don't have my whole body upper body strength. And so for that reason, I'd have slam dunked
I mean,
right on that helicopter thing and kept going right on down to the water.
do you see though how when Cam jumped onto the whole helicopter,
Oh,
like, and then he
bro,
was
I
like
thought he was gonna flip the
asking
helicopter
question with the
over.
bungee jump, okay? And then he questioned, and he for the bungee jumping, and he was like, no questions. But I know his question, reading his mind, he was like, is this gonna hold my weight? Because I'm bigger than the rest of these niggas.
I ain't even take
He's
that
a
into
big dude.
consideration. I mean, you did hear
After
Steven
he
talking
felt
about,
that helicopter, after he felt that helicopter rock, he was like, "Have they
oh,
been accounting for my weight
oh,
on these things? Let me make sure they've been accounting for my
oh.
weight because that didn't seem safe."
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it's good that was over water. You definitely didn't want to trust them with your weight on the bungee jump first. I'm glad you go through
Yeah,
the helicopter and see it's safe. That they're not gonna play with your life like
yeah.
that out here. But you really could have just took
But
1 foot back and kicked off.
for the
You
bungee
heard what I
jumping,
said. What else was they putting 1 foot
oh,
back in? You could have just
I
did
would
that.
before before I got put on restrictions of doing things like that. I wanted to go bungee jumping. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
diving for my 40th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, but my doctor said
Okay.
no, so I got kissed by a
Yeah,
dolphin instead. But
you did do that.
I mean, I can't. So because of my restrictions, I can't do that. But I totally would.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would too. I don't like to. I don't want to think that I would be afraid of it. But for the same reason, I'm a big dude. They would really have to do some convincing for me to believe that they have some equipment.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, everybody from. I think just like with Final Destination, we won't
mm,
drive behind those trucks.
mm.
I think everybody from our age also remembers Trevor dying from Fresh Prince of Bel Air from this bungee jump.
Hillary,
Will
will
you?
you marry? Oh, you think he's all right?
So yes. Always gonna
Yeah.
be a like is it gonna hold? But
You
yeah, I
done
know
got me.
that was his
You done
question.
messed me all up on live right now. You done messed me all up,
What
all
happened?
down in my
What did I do?
esophageals.
What did I do?
Oh man, quality
So
good times. Special
Kayla,
forces is back, y'all. Okay, let's talk about it.
I was hoping that she was gonna have more to her story than just being Travis Kelsey's ex-girlfriend. And so
Mm.
far, her story is being Travis Kelsey's ex-girlfriend.
Can I pause you
I
real quick right there?
do go for it.
Oh, I can. I can. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh, I agree with you, but at the same time, when the DS has pulled her back, I feel like we heard her say that she is looking for an identity outside of that. I think it would be very difficult for her to do so in the fact that she has leaned on it so hard to get the status that she does have. But I do think she really wants a life without it. But I think she doesn't know how to be relevant without it.
Yeah,
Tag you're it.
um, I mean, I do feel sorry or bad for her for all the hate that she receives online.
Yeah.
And I could see how she would be in
Mm.
like always comparing herself that sense or whatever. But improve to herself, like, and that's honestly every time she enters a challenge and she's scared to do it or something, she should just in her head be like, Taylor Swift could do this. And and that, but I just, yeah, I would like to see, hopefully this is able to propel her into something other than Travis Kelsey's ex-girlfriend. I would love
Right.
for her to have an identity outside. Um, Speaking of which, propel career, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
You know how we were talking so much about Tinashe being on special forces. She wasn't on special forces. because I was like, I do not remember her being on special. And
That's
she
what I
wasn't.
said, but you know the exotic one had to be right though, you know.
She was on Stars on Mars.
Mm. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm usually not wrong, so that's just validation that we was right. I appreciate you doing some fact checking on the back end, though. You see, I didn't lose no sleep over it. Sometimes you just gotta let folk think they right, you know.
No, I knew that wasn't right. And I had to prove it because,
Lord have mercy. Well, it has been proven.
I mean, we have the internet nowadays. There's no need for phone out here.
You remember you used to have to call somebody or go get a
Yeah,
book.
I can't, like, seriously. You used to have to literally look things up in books. Go to the library, look
That
up an old
part.
newspaper, like literally fact check. It's so easy nowadays. There's no excuse to be wrong, or
That
can't
part.
remember. Like, just literally look it up. And it really bothers me when somebody like texts me or asks me a question that you could have typed into Google and got an answer.
Mm.
Why are you asking me?
And you know what's about to
That's a
get
whole
worse?
nother.
It's about to get worse with ChatGPT. Okay, it's going to get worse because now they're going to be.
Yeah.
Do you know? I pulled up ChatGPT earlier, trying to get some business advice because I'm trying to determine the best course of action to maneuver some stuff. And as I'm going, saying to myself, let me see what ChatGPT going to say about this. It's got examples of people submitting code that they've written, talking about this isn't working how I intended. How should I fix it? And now ChatGPT is fixing your work. Wait a minute, I could be a coder. ChatGPT could code for me, and I can walk around here like I'm some type of Silicon Valley man. What is going on with
My
ChatGPT?
kids are writing diss tracks about each other,
Uh,
and Tristan, um, like, you know, Layla's writing about Liam's writing about Tristan, and Tristan's writing about Layla.
they've
So
traded off. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So Tristan's like, yeah, I'm not just gonna talk about her looks because that's so superficial. Like, I'm just gonna go deeper than that. Like, and I'm like, why are you, and Chat GPT got this. Like, and I was like, oh my god.
We gonna
I
crush
was
her
like,
spirit,
please
okay?
don't make her cry. Like, please don't make her cry.
And then he gonna be like, look, don't blame this on me. This was Chat GBT. Lord,
Oh, it's gonna be
Lord, Lord,
terrible.
Lord. But outside of leaning on Travis Kelsey, which she has done to gain notoriety, because I'm not sure what she's famous for outside of that, and we haven't discovered it yet, anyways. She has been successful. She does seem to be a strong woman. She does seem to lack a sense of self identity. It looks like she wants that for herself. So I hope she finds what she's looking for this season, if she can stick around long enough to find it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been pleasantly surprised as far as her skill level, as far
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
as far as like climbing on the helicopter and
I'm gonna pull up the
the
I'm gonna pull up the photo, and you gonna pick who we talk about next. Let me get the banner out the way.
I mean, I guess we have to talk about Jordan.
We have to talk about
Jordan.
Jordan. I mean, before the show started today, I mean our show, not that show. I said that it usually takes me a few weeks to learn their names, like in Big Brother and all the other shows we review. We only got 5 weeks, as you pointed out, so I ain't got much time to learn it. But I've spent a lot of time in the classroom, and you typically learn the kids' names. You learn the bad kids' names first because you got to say it the most. And I ain't saying Jordan bad, but her name got said a lot tonight. And that's why I know her name now. Because she would have been an Olympian for the first couple weeks. But now she's Jordan. Let's talk about her.
Well, I mean, I initially said that we think that the Olympians will be good competitors physically and that they'll be mentally tough. And so from the very beginning, she was panicking and having panic attacks, which I recognize immediately because been there. Like,
Come on now.
so,
Ain't
but
nothing wrong with telling the
it's
truth.
weird to me that she kept having them around water issues. So I'm not sure why the water is associate a trigger for her panic, but um in the beginning, I'm like, wow, she's not as mentally strong as I expected her to be. And
Right.
then
Yeah.
when she got pulled back into the DS, um, and she
That was
spoke
heavy.
about, yeah, I of course know what she's talking about. So I didn't realize at the time that before the show that she was one
Hmm.
of the victims. I do
Yeah.
recognize her now. Um,
Okay.
and I really hope that I really hope that this
I think she's got it in her. She's got it in her.
I mean, she's already to survive that and it be so
Mm.
public and everybody
Yeah.
know and all of that. She's already shown she's
Hmm.
resilient and a lot
Right.
stronger than she's given herself credit for. To
For
see
sure.
her own it and just make it to the end and recognize how much of a beast she is, because like, man, mad props to her.
Let's go, Jordan. I think she's got everything that she needs already down deep inside of her to beast the rest of this competition. I do think that she's going to have to apply some healthy coping skills. I think that she is coming up against some anxiety and some mental health that she probably has avoided dealing with for quite some time. Um, but
Mhm.
she's going to be pressed mentally and physically beyond anything that she's done since she competed in the Olympics. And so, I mean, it's going to be a lot flashing back for her, I think. But I think that she's got what it takes. I ain't going to say it's like riding a bike, but I mean, when you've competed at a high level, I think that she's got that ability to tap back into that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what she wants for herself.
Yes, I think she wants to be able to tap back into that type of drive and competitiveness and passion without it
Mm,
being
a negative.
associated with that went along with it at the time.
Yeah. Agreed. 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 Definitely a heavy story, but definitely someone that you could get behind and champion for sure. So definitely rooting for Jordan. She, like a
Mhm.
lot of the folks there, have got a story to tell. Um, yeah, good old Jordan. Um, I don't remember our other Olympian, so we're not going to really talk about him. We just got a glimpse of Brody tonight. Of course, everybody doesn't always get the TV time. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that photo
I
back up
think
though.
he's gonna get more, and it's gonna come out because I seen little snippets of things that he was saying. I already know he has daddy issues with.
Okay.
um I'm not sure what to call her. I mean,
I was
on
slightly
the
because
show, Brody kept referring to her as
as
Bruce, maybe
dad and
because he
Bruce,
was
yeah.
speaking in the past tense. So I
Right,
don't
okay.
know if I I don't want to offend. No, we
I
just go.
wasn't quite sure of the rules either. And I ain't want to have to bother Chat GBT with that, but I might have to see if I could get some clarity on the situation. Because
uh,
I was a little confused too. But I get that
so
was his
this
father at
so
one point.
because I don't have any clarity, he called him Bruce. I'm gonna call him Bruce as
Okay,
he referred to him.
right.
But I already knew that he had daddy issues. Like that's been evident through his show on the Hills and when he came um keeping up with the Kardashians and stuff.
This
So
is
that's
my
already
first
been known.
exposure. This is my first exposure to him. So I'm hearing him saying, well, if he was there, I might have been an athlete. I'm like, whoa.
And so that little snippet right there, I feel like there's gonna be a lot that comes out with
Okay.
because all of the are very athletic. Like even Kendall and Kylie, they ski, snowboard, horseback ride. Like they're very athletic because it's just in their
I thought
genes.
that's
I
just what people
mean,
did with money. I thought that's just what you did when you had money. That's not just
that's
what you
what you
do
do
when you
when
have
you
money.
have money. Dad is an Olympian, and you just have
Oh,
natural athletic genetics.
oh, okay,
Like,
okay. You mean everybody don't go to
because I
Aspen?
don't think everybody can just right, snowboard and stuff like that. Like that's not a you just pop out the womb
Oh
knowing how to do
man,
type of maybe.
that part,
Um,
that part.
but so I think we will get more Brody's like real story, which I'm interested to see because
Yeah.
he is just known for being a Kardashian stepbrother or party boy, all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do think he carries a lot of hurt and abandonment issues from his father. So I don't know what his relationship with Caitlyn is like now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I don't know.
Well, good luck to Brody, and we hope he finds what he's looking for. Uh, I don't imagine anybody really signs up for this show, this competition, however one looks at it going into it, without wanting to see what one truly has on the inside. We did get rid of the senior citizens day one, as I predicted. Um, However, Denise Richards, she was a tough little cookie in my opinion. No?
Yeah, I mean, I think she definitely was tougher than you know, was
Yeah.
they thought she lasted longer than Steven. Um, I was actually a little shocked by her little backstory snippet. Um,
Mm.
and I actually wanted her to go a little longer because I wanted her to find her voice. That, you
Yeah.
know, I wanted her to find her voice. Um, but maybe in, quitting when she physically needed to, maybe that was her finding her voice.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, because at the
But
same time,
she did better than Steven.
she didn't want to say it either. You know what I mean? She didn't want to say it, but they made her say it. Say what you
Yeah.
need, Denise.
So,
What do you need,
yeah.
Denise? I mean, yeah,
So,
she fought a hard fight for 24 hours for sure. She endured more of the competition than I thought she would. I mean, I thought she was done after the
and
helicopter.
honestly, more than I thought I could have. I thought, I mean, then I think I would have. I don't know how
Yeah,
much, how, I don't know if I would have lasted day. Everything the second day, I think I could have done, but the first day was, I guess that's when they was trying to make you or break you, because that first
yeah.
day probably would have took me out.
Do they seem a little tougher on this season? It seems like they cranked it up just a little bit coming into this season.
I think maybe because there were past seasons, some of them
Mm.
prepared a little more for it. Like the one Allie, she was like, I worked out 2 months every day for 2 months straight before coming here, blah blah blah.
She
Like
said, "I'm all muscle." She
because
said, "I'm all muscle."
suffering that finger, suffering that finger. But
Man, hey, she should have been doing some hand workouts or something, either spirit fingers or something.
yeah. But um other than that, I I mean, so maybe we're just a little more prepared. Um Yeah, maybe they're just a little more prepared because they're past seasons. They know it's going to be very physical.
Well, and I'm not. I wasn't even referring to the abilities of the contestants because we've seen contestants do better day one than we saw today. We saw 50% of the people couldn't get past the first test. I mean, what I'm saying is,
We've
has
been
the
able to
show,
use.
and I think the show has intensified some.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
intensified. Yeah. No, I think every season. Um, because I tell you what might have broke me more so than the actual
Hmm.
activities is the cold all the time, like the wet clothes and shivering and shit. Like I can't, my clothes get wet, they get to chafing and shit. Well, like
Lord,
I don't.
I hate soggy feet. Right, people out here with chafing
Hmm.
and rashes and shit, trying to put powder on. Now you just
Yeah.
got paste all over your body.
Make yourself a pair of face pants.
It's all bad
Listen.
out there. Hey, hey, no. Who was that? Was that Allie? Who was that sitting on the boat? Not sitting, standing on the boat, and the DS is like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Jump on the helicopter." No, like, what do
Oh,
you do in real
Christy.
life? I don't know. Whatever the DS tells me to
Whatever the
do.
sign tells me to do. He like, I'm just trying to ask you real life questions, and you
I'm just
in
trying to
this
make small talk
business
on
mode.
the boat. This man is like genuinely trying to make small talk with your ass. What do you do? Jump on the thing. Oh, she was taking that shit real
What is your
serious.
job? To get on the helicopter? No. What do you do in real life? She's whatever
Whatever
the
you
staff tells
tell
me
me.
to do. That's serious.
Oh, I was over here getting weak when I'm like, bless this poor little lady's heart. Whatever you tell me to, Stab. Shit. Nobody else there gonna say that. I mean, that's what you're supposed to say, I think. No, what she was supposed to say was, I'm a cashier at the Kroger's. What does Christy do again? Do we remember?
She's an actor, a podcast now.
Oh, this is the one who likes to
She's a
interview other people
Disney.
from the Disney Channel.
Yeah, she was on Disney. She was on Even Stevens.
Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I can see that from her. She's
Yes.
used to being directed her whole life. Action. Am I supposed to be like
And
anxious when I
she
jump? Am I supposed to be like nervous or excited? What are you looking for when I jump? Just give me some direction, will you? Oh yeah, and they had Stephen pegged right, I think though, because he jumped on that helicopter like this was an action movie, and then some of the
hmm
other things that he should have just been able to do, he couldn't do. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Steven, now you can't be out here jumping on helicopters and then playing old in the next competition. You can't do it. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
Well,
No. Well, what would you do if you had another commitment that paid 10 times more than that and I can't get hurt? Like, the only rule is get
you
hurt.
might want to phone a
The only
friend. You might
rule
want to phone a
is.
friend. You might want to see if your brother can pick
Why
you
are
up.
you
You know what I'm
asking
saying?
me?
Bruh. You know, I'm just a doctor. I hit my meniscus. You want me to check it? No.
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 I mean, it really doesn't matter if you check it or not.
I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to get you to say I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Either
Would
either
you
say
please?
I'm medically either say I'm medically unfit or just tell me this isn't good for business or
Mentally.
something, just anything, you know. Just make sure that it wasn't my fault that I left. Okay, I didn't quit or nothing. You know what I mean? Y'all told me I shouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
I was just,
I'm not
I
a
was just
quitter.
following.
I just
Right.
said
I was
that
just
in
following
my interview.
sound good advice. Right.
For my financial advisor, aka the doctor in there.
The doctor.
He said
The
that
doctor.
if I had another commitment where I couldn't get hurt that paid more, I should leave.
Well, he was gonna be the first one to rub the cast wrong. Well, he came back in talking about I had to have a meeting. What?
He talked too much anyway.
Right, exactly. And he was gonna end up spazzing out on somebody. I couldn't breathe. Like, oh, who was you talking to, homie? I mean, I could tell you can't breathe. Your mouth ain't closed.
He was gonna get kicked off if he didn't anyway, because like in the water thing when they was all and they kept telling him to go back to the center and he was just holding on to that side like it's something, and he kind of like smirked like I am not going back in that water.
They still let him hang on the side.
Yeah,
they could have just pulled his number right then when he didn't go back, but they let him just hang on the side and then they pulled his number. Bye. We lost a few of the weakest links on day one, as I suspected we would. I think we're getting down to the real competitors now, though, because I don't see anybody who's left who can't physically compete. Who do you think will have the toughest go at it moving forward?
Trista's older as well. Trista, the other.
Yeah, I forgot about.
I think. What's his name? Landon Donovan.
Yes, the one with the hair problem. You see what I'm talking about? How his patch grew in some.
Yeah. And because of that hair, I don't know how old he is, but I'm gonna assume that he it's been a while since he played the soccer. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so he seems like he's a little older as well and may not be in the best of shape.
We're gonna say that's an alarm.
That's my alarm for take my blood thinners.
You ain't have to tell the world. Who is old Carrie? You say Carrie is old?
Hart.
I'm about to say he looks like he's in better shape with clothes on. He had his shirt off, and I was like, "Oh, that stomach."
Well, they asked him how many bones he broke. Plus, high 80s.
Yeah. I mean, he was a motocross man. He done broke almost every bone in his body.
Right. He done broke all the bones. So he's gonna be hurting, and he older. And like that arthritis about to kick in.
So bad.
He's a tour dad. Like when people a tour dad, like he bad.
But you could tell he don't like it. You could tell he don't like it. He was one of the biggest thrill junkies in the world and one of the greatest at motocross. And he has been reduced to a tour dad. Now, I'm not saying being a tour dad and husband of Pink is a bad gig. But I imagine if you were a badass once yourself, you might wonder. You might wonder down deep if you still a badass or not. Or do you just need to make sure that little Connor's got his baby carrots for his snack? I don't know their children's name.
I know their daughter's name is Willow.
Of course you know one of the children's names.
Well, she has a song with her, and she actually brought her out in the concert, and she performed when she came to Chicago. Her daughter. They're.
I can dig it.
But yeah. So I'll be interested to see if his body can keep him, if he can keep up. I think mentally, like he's strong. I just, again, he's had a lot of injuries. He's getting older. He's clearly out of shape. I just,
Not sure how much he's
but
got. What
like
you
you know, a lot of these competitions, as they are mental, and honestly, he could physically do bad on all of them and still make it to the end.
Right. Yep. It's all about the attitude, your effort. A lot more comes into play than whether or not
Right.
you actually pass the competition for sure. Who do you think is gonna crash out next week? I didn't see the previews for the next episode, but I heard them and it sounded
Oh,
like there was some.
it's gonna be one of the football players and one of the chicks.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I don't know what chick it was. I'm gonna say one of the white chicks.
Okay.
So that narrows it down to half and half. We're narrowing
I'll
it
be
down.
surprised. I'll be surprised.
um, but yeah. But it's one of the football players. I don't know if it's Cam or what's his name, but I seen one of them punching their bag. It looked like, I don't know. At the
Okay.
tail end of it, I was trying to.
Hey, what the DSs say?
Um,
You're gonna pay for that.
hmm That's what I
You're
was like.
gonna
Oh, one
pay
of
for
them is
that.
gonna crash out, and maybe
Yeah.
both of them. I just want to see which one does first.
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
crash out
Well,
at each other versus football player?
I think ooh, that would be. I think there's too much camaraderie between the two of them for them to crash out against each other. I don't know though. But we have we have spent half of the time that the show was on live talking about the show. So we probably ought to go on and button this thing up. But I will say that it was an amazing first episode. There are 4 more episodes,
Mhm.
right? Or 5, 4 more
Yep.
episodes. So 4 more
Yeah,
2-hour
we could say
episodes.
5 weeks, so 4 episodes.
Okay. All right, so we got 4 more weeks. We'll be right back here next week, and of course, you can catch us tomorrow morning, Milk and Bree live for the mornings with Milk and Bree. Wake up, start your day the right way. And just as a reminder, this coming 13th, we will have the Let's Vibe nominations, categories, and nominees release episode, and then on the 19th, we will have the awards episode coming for you live as we celebrate and give out some flowers to some artists, entrepreneurs, and entertainers. Um, well, I guess until tomorrow morning, I am the Milkman.
And I'm just free.
Yo, y'all make it a great night. Oh, it don't want me to end it today.
Oh
It wants
man,
us to
that's
stay online
unfortunate.